Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Journey. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the new battle mode that we just unlocked, which is the Legend Trio. Now you can see if you're similar or if you're familiar with AFK Arena, this is the Tower Trio. So overall in here, you want to be pushing these on an absolute daily basis. So not only the AFK rewards that we get daily basis when you first get on, go ahead and push that a little bit. That way you can get some rewards. But when you also log off, you want to push those AFK rewards. The exact same thing rings true when it comes to the tower. You want to make all of the progression that you can in this game mode because it is going to yield you additional summons as we see right here. But going through here, you are only able to use very specific heroes. You can see, of course, Lightbearer Tower, Mauler, Graveborn, they are specific to only the utilization of those heroes. So this is why it is going to be important to build out a multitude of heroes, which again is going to be kind of interesting because when you start looking big picture, you're going to have a lot of different heroes in this game to really make the effectiveness. And also in here, I love the strategy because of course with formations in here, you have to be very specific. Now they do have special rules in here. Only light bearers can be used. Like we said, this is the Tower of Light. But looking at this way that we're going to do this one is actually stacking on two of the tanks. So double tank in here. And again, this is going to be super dependent on who you have built in here. Now, of course, we know Lucius might not be able to tank as much, but we also do have the other tank right here, which is Temesia. Again, pronunciation in here is going to be horrible. It always is. But overall, we have Valen in here as well that can kind of off tank. So even though it looks like all of the enemies are going to be focused on Lucius, we should be able to take a lot of heat rate off of him with the rest of the heroes that are coming through here. And again, this is literally the first run. We unlocked this probably about 2 hours ago. I know a lot of players have been asking just how we're going through and making progression so fast in this game. Guys, it is about consistently farming those AFK rewards, which of course are a game changer. Then of course, right here, you're going to pick up some acorns, you're going to pick up some summons. This again is a place that you are going to go ahead and focus and you're going to build out as much as possible, as fast as possible, because the further progression you're making in all of this is going to yield additional rewards. Now, again, this is very true when it comes to any AFK game, AFK Arena, literally any mobile game that has kind of the AFK aspect. You got to be pushing and you got to be pushing a lot of the content on a regular basis to be able to go through here. So again, this is going to be kind of the point where it is use what you have. So even right here, if we swap in, let's say a Marley in here, instead of using, of course, one of my heroes that I need to build, Corinne, we're going to go ahead and we're going to run this. It's exactly what it is going to be. Now, again, with some of the formations in here, you can kind of stack to burn down targets. Now, I'll show you exactly what I mean by this. In a lot of places that I was actually stuck within this game, I was able to stack kind of a multitude of heroes on one side. So what I mean by this is looking at, let's say we have our double tanks right here. Okay, they're out front. I can stack all of my damage dealers on one side. If I have 2 or if I have 3, regardless of the number, I can stack them on one side. They're all going to target Kruger right there, burning them down very, very fast, which again can be very beneficial when you're trying to get through a lot of this content because you can have 2 or you can have 3. Even if you're running one tank, you can have 3 heroes who are going to be dedicated and focused on burning down one specific target. And even here we have Chippy, we have Cetrina. So again, we can move these targets right over here. And that way they are going to be focused on Chippy. And we're going to have the ability to actually burn down Chippy pretty quick. Moving on to targets. Now, of course, dead target, guys, that is the way we want to do this. When you kill a target, so once the target is completely eliminated, we know they're not going to be doing any more damage. That is the reason why we want to focus the damage. And again, this game allows you to do it. Just thinking kind of back to the AFK Arena where you don't have the ability to focus on what heroes you specifically want to build, intentionally because of how you set the formation and just kind of let it run. Where this game, it does require a considerable more in-depth, more kind of fine-tuned knowing the hero skills, but also just knowing how the heroes kind of work, what the synergy is. And again, also focusing one off because here we have Naru. Naru, of course, going to be pretty tough to kill in here, but we also have Temesia that is going right to that back line. Boom, have the stun. And that is the big thing that we want with that crowd control. And again, looking at Mara Lee, We don't really have the heroes built out enough. I was hoping we could get to at least the 5th floor, which we did right there. We need a little bit higher on the support, a little bit higher in here. But overall, you can see we're getting through quite a few floors. That is yielding us some acorns. And then as we're continuing in here, boom, it's going to give us more resources as we're going through. And of course, looking for essence in here. Now, in addition to the Tower of Light, and you can see over here the Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. These are on different rotations based on where you're actually going or how you're fighting in here. So you want to race and kind of pace this to the point that you're going to be able to get here pretty quick. Now, of course, this one we're pretty, well, honestly, very, very limited with the heroes that we do have in here. So again, we have damage, we have one range right here. The rest of these heroes, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to stack my damage dealers on one side. We have Entendre right in here, which of course is going to be our tank. But Kruger, again, we're going to burn down Brutus really fast here. Now, one thing to remember with the Maulers in this game are a very, very strong faction to play. And in here, getting one copy of Brutus, again, very similar to AFK Arena, getting one single copy of Brutus in here can tank or essentially off tank with that immunity shield, making everybody focus specifically on that hero, meaning that we absolutely need a copy of Brutus in here. We're definitely going to build it out. We have to build Brutus out. Again, kind of getting that first copy initially. That way, even in the scenario where if we put him up front, we can have everybody focus on him in their entirety. Now, a lot of players have also been saying that Coco is another hero that a lot of players are looking for. You can see I do not have Coco. We only have Cetrana here. But overall, Coco is very similar to Scrag in the ability to really support. Now, it is a support hero, again, where Scrag was a tank over in AFK Arena, but the support hero in here doing incredibly well. Now, also with this, because we are running Smokey, Smokey has that AoE heal. So if the enemies are running over to the enemy side, Smokey is not going to have the ability to actually AoE heal. So a lot of times we will drop this back and drop them back pretty much as far as we can, offsetting this. This is going to make the enemies come to us. So being drawn back again a little bit further, you can see we are staying in Smokey's aura right here. Making the enemies come to us is what we're looking to do with some of these formations. And again, it is very dependent on the teams that you're building. You can see ultimate ability, the aura gets bigger. Now, of course, with Smokey, if Smokey gets crowd controlled, which is what we just seen right there, Smokey unfortunately loses that aura until the ultimate ability does happen again. But you can see a really, really big healing aura with Smokey. Now, overall, again, when it comes to PvP, when it comes to a couple different game modes, Smokey's not super effective. And again, let's drop Entendre up here because we know the focus. I'm going to go on this side trying to burn down the tank. They are running Smokey as well, which of course means if we're moving up there like we just did, the aura is not going to be on us. It's actually going to be on them. This could result in essentially a defeat over here because our Smokey is not very effective because essentially the only one he's healing on this side is Odie. We still get through here just because of the levels that we have gained, giving us the ability to do more summons in here, which is exactly what we're going to hop into, guys. So we got 2 more scrolls right here. Now, summons in this game, of course, super, super important, but these you want to grind out as much as possible. And like I said earlier, the same is with the AFK progression. This is a part that you cannot overlook by any means because that is going to yield you an incredible amount of heroes. Now, we got some scrolls, we got some diamonds. We've been getting a lot of scrolls actually for free that we've been kind of sent through the mail. So I'm hoping these 10 summons are going to yield us some heroes that we need, some more copies we need, and continuing. So there's 3 purples. I will definitely take that. There we go. Boom. Even though they're turned into shards, that's okay because I am still happy with those. Only 1 on this one. That means we're getting a bunch of acorns, but there is another copy of Corinne. And again, that is one that we're actually building. We have no more diamonds for summons. Epic Recruit, we only have 1. And of course, we have 24 more to go before we do pull another copy, which means this might be something every chance. And I think kind of the old baseball analogy that we've talked about, every single time that we have a chance to get a hero is really worth it. Now we're trying to get to 400. The reason being at 400 heroes, of course, we're going to unlock the Stargazer, but we're also going to unlock the Stellar Crystals that we need in there. And look at this, guys. We have the ability, to level them up a little bit further. Little by little, they're getting there, but I'm wondering, no, we still need some more. So Corinne, of course, a hero that we're looking to build out quite a bit, seeing a lot of utility with some of these heroes in different modes. Kruger, we finally got fourth. That was awesome to see. Another one right there, taking him to Epic Plus. Now, of course, there's no need to level him up. We need 5 more of these soul shards. So unfortunately, we don't have the soul shards at this point. But again, we're going to come in here, we're going to build it out. And ultimately, when it comes to the shop, again, the 2 that we're looking for in D2 was actually talking about this, putting out and getting Odie right there. And then, of course, looking at Corinne. The other ones in here, nice to have, but ultimately, you'll get a majority of them out of the summons. And here is Coco, again, another hero that is a support hero for the Maulers. I don't have at this point, but we are definitely getting there with all of the things that we have going on with AFK Journey. Really, really cool to see. But all right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Definitely wanted to check out that tower that we unlocked just a little bit ago. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.